Hey, this is Dr. Q. Why do some students do so well on local assessments but then bomb the STAAR test? Well, I want to quickly show you how you can use your local assessments to help improve STAAR performance. Let's look at it together. This is the SE Performance Comparison Report found in DMAC. This report pulls all the questions you've asked throughout the entire school year and breaks down the data by SE. For example, you can see that SE 7.1a was asked 2,100 times. Now remember, that's based on almost 100 students taking 6 assessments. This essentially means that over the course of the school year, this SE was assessed 21 times. This actually makes sense since 7.1a is a process standard. Unfortunately, the SE Performance Report for STAAR only includes the readiness standards in green and the supporting standards in blue. So don't waste your time trying to compare the process standards. Moving down the row, SE 7.2a was assessed 4 times last year, and that's typical for a supporting SE. Students mastered this SE 63% of the time. Unfortunately, 7.2a was not assessed on this year's STAAR test, so a comparison cannot be made. Let's look at 7.3a, also a supporting SE, and students mastered this SE 59% of the time during the school year. Based on the STAAR report, students mastered this same SE 60% of the time. This is what we want. The two numbers are almost identical, indicating that local assessments are predicting STAAR performance for this particular SE. As we move back to the local report, SE 7.3b is our first readiness SE, and students answered questions on this SE approximately a dozen times throughout the school year, answering correctly 63% of the time. Students matched their success on the STAAR with 61%. Again, we want the two numbers to be aligned, no greater than 10% away from each other. Let's find 2 examples where the numbers aren't aligned. SE 7.11a is a readiness SE, and students had a 55% success rate with this SE. Unfortunately, these same students didn't do as well on the STAAR test. Only 38% were successful, a 17% difference, well outside of the 10% rule. This indicates that questions on this particular SE were easier throughout the school year than what students saw on STAAR. Going into next year, we would need to select more challenging questions to better match the rigor of the STAAR test. On the flip side, let's take a look at SE 710a, where students had limited success at 44% during the school year. However, on STAAR, they did extremely well at 71%, a 27% difference, again, outside the 10% rule. This indicates that the questions during the school year were actually more rigorous than the question students answered on the STAAR test. Going into next year, we would need to select better questions to try to match the rigor of STAAR. Our last example, SE 713b, we notice on the STAAR test, this is a readiness SE, and students answered this one question 53% correctly. Let's see how they did locally. We didn't assess 713b during the school year, and this is a readiness SE? Please make sure you are assessing every readiness SE at some point during the school year. Remember that in this moment, our focus is not on the success or lack of success of each SE, but the predictability of using local assessments to improve STAAR performance. It's easy to get distracted when comparing the numbers, and the improvement of certain SEs is certainly an important topic for another day. All right, this is Dr. Q, and I'm here to help you win the classroom. I hope you enjoyed the content, and stay tuned for more.